Welcome back to NCG Reptiles, and today we're doing, yes, an unboxing. Alright, I'm so excited about this one. So, I had this idea that I feel like we should get some special geckos. Now, when you see this gecko, you're gonna be like, why is that gecko so special? I'll tell you why in a minute. Alright, let me adjust this. Okay. And here we go. So, I had this idea again, like I said, that back in the early 90s or mid 90s, when they were importing geckos, especially the New Caledonian species, we only had a select few that came, right? And because of that, if you think about it, these geckos, if they're still around from the early 90s or mid 90s, I keep saying early, but mid 90s, they're going on 30 years old. And so I searched around and I found a couple breeders that actually have wild caught geckos from the 90s. And I am so excited because I think it's a good opportunity right now, since these geckos are getting up in age. We don't know how much longer we're gonna have these wild caught geckos. So I have a couple of F1 geckos from Mike Walsh. I saw him on the Morph Market. If you hop on there, he still has a couple geckos from F1 from his F1 babies. He's got a wild caught female from, I believe it was 96 and 1996. So imagine, oh my goodness, guys, that gecko is wild caught from 96 and we're in 2024. That is remarkable that they're still breeding at this age. How could I pass up? If you're like a gecko nerd like me and love geckos, and I want to preserve these geckos, I want to be able to, for the next, like, how many years? Next 30 years, just like the wild caught gecko that we have, to be able to provide a gecko that is first generation wild caught. So with these geckos, mom was from New Caledonia, wild caught. I hope I say this right, from the Yate Forest Preserve area. So I asked Mike Walsh, where is it from, and he said it was the Forest Preserve near Yate or Yate. I tried to see how they pronounce it on Google, and there was like 3 different ways to pronounce it. So hopefully I pronounced that right. But these are F1 geckos, and this is going to keep the bloodline going very well. Oh, this is perfect. So he's got the cryo pack. He's got it in this plastic bag, because sometimes they leak, and if they leak, you don't want that all over your gecko. So that was really smart, putting this cryo pack in there with the bag. Let's put that here, and let's see what we got. Got one gecko. I'm gonna pull it out. Wow, these are a little bit bigger than I expected. Awesome. And here's another gecko. Oh my goodness, how exciting is this? Super excited. Alright, so these are way bigger. There you go, just a little package, empty. Got the cardboard with the cryo pack. And here are our special geckos. Now, this will prevent any bottle up breeding in the future. These geckos are going to be my forever geckos. F1 geckos are going to be hard to come by in the next couple years. I'm sure that these older geckos that are breeding are either going to stop producing at some point, but this is kind of promising. Think about it. If you have geckos that are 30 years old and they're still producing babies, that is pretty remarkable. So if you're investing in a gecko and you spend a lot of money, well, think about it. You can have babies for 30 years, right? And that'll eventually pay for itself. So that's awesome that these geckos have this longevity and they're pretty hardy. So these are my F1 babies. Mom is wild caught, and I am so excited to have these. Sometimes you're gonna be like, why are you excited? It's not the super red gecko. It's not always about the super red gecko, guys. This is gonna keep the bloodlines going. And this you can breed, and you can use these to see what you can produce. Look at this little guy. Wow, super awesome. So I'm pretty sure that pictures are not going to do justice, or film or video. So yeah, it's looks brown on the camera, but this is going to be one of those geckos that is going to be very valuable in the future when people are looking for new bloodlines, and everybody's already taken their geckos and bred them together. They're going to need to freshen up that bloodline, and I'm going to have those available for you guys. And if not, you know what, I think it's super cool to have a set of geckos that have wild caught lineage. I mean, that's going to be super hard to find. So I believe both of these are girls. That's what I was told. So we'll see. We're going to have some awesome babies here in the future, a couple years away. This is a passion project. This is not something that I'm like, oh, I'm going to make a whole bunch of, which would be F2 babies. No, that's not it. This is going to be a passion project, something that I keep for a long time, something to show people what wild caught geckos look like. This, as close as you're going to get to wild caught. Mom is wild caught on this one. Now, if anybody out there is watching my videos and they have an actual wild caught, talking to the old school breeders out there, you guys are willing to let one go or sell me one, or have somebody keep the bloodlines going, wild caught bloodlines, I'm more than willing to take one in. I think it would even be better to have an actual wild caught one, but this is as close as I'm going to be able to get right now, and I think it's awesome. So this is one of the girls. All right, let me show you guys the other one. Beautiful little gecko, absolutely amazing. All right, I wonder how big this one's gonna get. You know, some of these wild caught original geckos get pretty big, so I'm hoping for a big bloodline from these guys. This would be pretty cool. All right, let's get the other one. Let's get you home. And I wasn't even gonna do a video today, guys. I was such in a rush. You could see I got my work clothes on right now. Gonna head out to work, but I thought this was such a special unboxing that it wouldn't do it justice in the future if I didn't show you where I got these guys from, who I got it from. So I think it's very important just to kind of document and see, you know, you got a beautiful little gecko. This one's really beautiful. Oh my goodness. Like I said, when I saw the pictures online, and he sent me the pictures, it didn't do justice. These are actually really beautiful. This one's got some orange blotching going on. Look at that. Super cool. Wild caught. Mom. Absolutely amazing gecko. Wow. I hope it translates to the video, because this thing is really cool. Really beautiful gecko. Yeah. It's way nicer than what I expected. That was just gonna be just some brown geckos, but in person it's not just brown geckos. You could tell how special they are. Look at that. Beautiful. Pretty good size. I thought these guys were a lot smaller, but they waited a little bit from the ship it, so they did some growing before I got them. Look at that. I believe this is another female. I got two girls. So you're saying you got two girls, now what? Right, that's what I was thinking too. Got two girls. Well, Tinley's coming up. I left the cliffhanger in the podcast that I did, and guess what we got coming in? I'm gonna show it to you. We have a special gecko that I'm picking up at Tinley for these girls, and I'll get into it and I'll explain it a little bit more in the future. Alright, let's get this girl. Let's put her away. Alright, hopefully she doesn't jump like the other one. She's beautiful. Okay. Well, thank you so much. There you go, F1 geckos. not the reddest geckos, but they're awesome. They're going to be very valuable in the future. You want to have some wild caught bloodlines. This is where you have to be. You have to search. You got to find these people. I want to thank Mike Walsh for these amazing opportunity. I am honored to have these F1 geckos right from the New Caledonia island, forest preserves of Yate. I'm not sure. I looked it up on Google. Hopefully I said it right. If not, hopefully I didn't offend anybody out there who's from New Caledonia, but thank you so much. These geckos are so awesome. Thank you for visiting my page. Over and out. Bye.